Hey, gang. Well, I don't even know if the sound works. Let me check the settings again. Earlier today, I did a. Okay, good. All right. Earlier today, I did a video live stream, much like this one, and I was a little bit more emotional than I'm going to be here. We talked about maybe doing a comic book cover ranking. I've got it all set up. It's ready for Friday. Um, It's just that we came home. Gail started watching what looked like a wake given by Daily Wire, and she's over here crying. And um, I don't know. I couldn't do it. You know, we were talking about not doing cover ranking on Wednesday anyway because all the funny voices aren't here. So you guys tell me, do you want the cover rankings on Wednesday or not? Let us know. Tonight, I figured, okay, go on because this is when we do the show, but let's have a live stream. We can talk about the Charlie Kirk assassination if you would like, the stuff that's come out since. And if you want to talk about something else, we'll talk about something else. I've invited everybody. I'm not surprised I'm here by myself. Some people just don't want to talk about it. I don't know why. But that's just it. Eric, I can understand. He's been through this already. But also, I know a lot of people who were not here for the afternoon because you're at work or whatever, may have a word or two you want to say about it. Here you go. I'm going to do this. And I do know that I have to be a little bit careful, but the thing is, I'm going to offer this to anyone who wants to come on and say something. And I will offer to anybody who heard the news that Charlie Kirk was dead and thought glad he's dead. The cover rankings on Wednesday at 11. Maybe we have you. Okay, I tried to free up a lot of memory. My computer's going slow as F. I was going to offer the thing. Pistachio is such a good, isn't he though? He really is. You know, I actually didn't want to love this bird when I first got him. Yeah, having technical difficulties. I don't know if I'm roboting or what. I felt guilty that I was really liking Pistachio because of what happened with Twiddles. Son of a bitch! Really, this is taking a long time. God damn, all I'm trying to do is open up the freaking show on YouTube. What is so goddamn hard about that? This is ridiculous. This is a new computer. It's more powerful than the one that I bought 10 years ago that was 3 years old at the time. It's ridiculous here. All I'm trying to do is open up YouTube. Okay, here we go. Seeing something. God damn. My family says I'm easy to get angry anymore. That's changed. I did something to Gail a while back, but apparently that is going to. I can't say that because I said something about bugs me. It's taking goddamn forever here. It's not supposed to do that. Laglantine, is that what's going on? Let's see, Dr. Admiral. Y'all are just saying hello to everybody. Let's see who we have in the house. Jay, what's up? Good to see you in Sports Ball Desert Rose. Yeah, she's a part of the crowd now. We should invite the Lesters in as well, I think. I think that would be pretty cool. Pretty good idea. Oh, good Lord. Come on. All right. There we go. Let me put this in here. If anybody wants to jump in, I'll let anyone who wants to say something in. If you're a troll, just be a smart or a funny troll. That's all I ask. And if you do actually believe that his death was a good thing, come with receipts. Don't just call out vagaries and such. That's one thing I had about earlier today as well. Yeah, we went in. And by the way, once again, I invited everybody. Nobody's jumping on. Nobody's coming in. This is actually something I've noticed has been going on anyway for a while. It is just it's just an oddball thing. I am seeing more and more. All righty. Well, actually, I'm wrong. Here is Zach. Hello.
Hey, is this working? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you. All I see is you don't have a picture or anything.
I don't have my avatar up. Yeah, no, I'm trying to find it real quick. I got a new laptop last week, and so I'm trying to get on this for the first time. So give me just a second, so people will actually know that it is me.
All right. So far, so good, though. I wait for others are sleeping and they can hear me when I talk. Says one slick. I get it.
Can they see you when you're?
So
you
heard
can
the news,
see them
obviously.
when they're sleeping. Oh yeah, it's been a day.
And he knows when they're. So what were your thoughts?
Whew, buddy. I don't know if I felt like this. The news has not rattled me this much since, like, I think 9/11 was the last time the news actually. I was telling a friend of mine tonight at church. I saw him. I was like, I don't even remember feeling this way when Trump was when they were taking shots at Trump. I don't remember being this upset. I don't know if that's just because he lived, and then like there's been presidential like shots at presidents before, like Lincoln and others. So I don't know, but yeah, it's
Charlie Kirk. Was a commentator.
He was, and I'll tell you that it's eerie. I was listening to it because I listened to his podcast, and I was listening to one he had recorded yesterday. And as I was listening to it, he brought up in that podcast that he was going to be at the University in Utah today. And I was like, oh, that'll be like one of those cool, like college talking segments. I'll listen. And then like an hour later, I'm driving in the car. I'm listening to a YouTube live stream, and they're talking about how he got shot in the neck. And I was just like, dang, it's wild. I talked to my dad.
Heard it from my.
Go for it.
Go ahead. Finish your story.
Oh no, I was
saying I had heard from my daughter. So.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I was talking to my dad earlier, and my dad only recently started listening to Charlie Kirk, and he heard the news and he was taken aback. So.
My wife would watch Charlie Kirk when I put him on, but she told me earlier that she started watching him on her own because she thought he was one hot fella. I know. She said it was when we were watching South Park, and she thought it was funny how South Park captured all of his mannerisms perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And she just and the fact that how Charlie Kirk took it, and she just started watching.
Me with his ability to store knowledge and spew it out.
Yeah, he was very smart guy. Very smart guy. Was hardly ever caught off guard.
He was, and it's weird. There's the pictures. It was
there. You are
30.
Not the flash. 30, oh, there we are. Okay,
there he is. He was 31 years old, and they were already using him in South Park. He had made that much of a cultural impact at 31. 6 years younger than me.
Hold on just a second.
Which is insane.
Hold on. Give me a few seconds here because I want to break everyone's heart. Okay. This is him. One should be pointed out. Somebody thought this can't have a father because they disagreed with him politically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That baby girl doesn't have a daddy anymore because Charlie Kirk said that what? What was it that was so fucking awful that baby girl can't have a daddy anymore?
Mm-hmm.
And as what's his name? Eddie Fay? So all you tolerant leftists, this is this true definition of fascism. It is. You say something we don't like, we will kill you, is fascism. Flat out. There is no doubt about it. And that has been happening far too often recently. Far too often. That little girl can't have her daddy anymore. That is all.
Mm-hmm.
Videos of her father talking to other people.
Yeah.
That's all she's got. That is it. He will forever be 31 years old in her father's eye, in his daughter's eyes. That is it. That's it. I can't even.
Yep.
I can't even fathom it.
It's wild.
Let's see. The suspect could easily be a longtime conservative firearm owner who disagrees with one of Charlie's positions. Crooks was a registered Republican who will maggot.
Mhm.
Okay, let us.
I don't know about that.
Let us be honest. I mentioned this earlier. The same guy. The same guy is bringing up the same stupid point. The person who tried to kill Trump registered as Republican. Every fucking thing before that was far left. There are videos of him attacking conservatives on a college campus. There are videos of him ranting far left ideals. So cut the shit, okay? Come with some facts, come with some truth, or get the fuck out. I will invite you on even to talk about how you think Charlie Kirk needed to be dead. But you better come with some real fucking reasons, not some bullshit. He was a hate monger, race, blah, blah, or any of that bullshit. You need facts, dates, and you need to be fucking on point. But that's horseshit. That is fucking horseshit. So there you go. That triggers me. When we hear the stupid shit about Trump being a felon, knowing how much they had to fucking twist the law in order to even charge him with what they did, and then they told the jury to go in and find something that he's guilty of. It's never been done in a court before. And you're like, oh, he's a felon. Yeah, if you're a fucking corrupt judge, which that guy was. All righty. Mimk said, I doubt it's a conservative, more than likely a crazy lefty, and the kid who shot at Trump was a ring as he donated Democrats something their left likes to leave out. Yeah, it's horseshit. Rhino. Okay, I get you.
A rhino. Yeah. Republican.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to be more measured now than I was, but don't bring up that horseshit. If you're on the left, you want to speak out, but speak with truth. If you're going to call Charlie Kirk a racist, tell me why he's a racist. If you're going to say he was a hate monger, tell me why he was a hate monger. And don't bring up the whole, well, he said that the equal rights thing was a bad idea. Why did he say that? Because he gave the reason. You might have heard, well, he said this, bad. You tell me why he said that. You tell me the what he meant when he said that. That I've heard people say that they caught him. Gail just looked something up and said they don't have him.
Yeah,
she read something that made him think they don't have him.
Yeah.
Oh, go on ahead.
I had heard that they caught him because first it was like that old guy, that old bald guy, but then they said no, he wasn't the guy. Yeah. And then I thought the FBI, Kash Patel, had tweeted that they caught him. I don't know if that's actually him or not. So it seems like they haven't. I don't know. It's really wild, I think, that they haven't caught him yet. Or at least that they're not reporting that they caught him yet.
Yeah, so Gail is convinced that there's something behind this. It's not a lone shooter.
I not to be too tinfoil hatty, but I can see that logic.
Now, my thinking is this: if you're going to go the conspiracy route, Charlie Kirk was instrumental. Instrumental in getting Trump elected. So it could have been. Now, first of all, let me before I go with this, the one thing, what's his name? The dude, Another Wonderful Secret. You're right. It could be. We don't know who it is. It more than likely is not not a real conservative. More than likely.
Mhm.
But you're right. We at this time do not know who it was. It could be somebody who believed that if you killed Charlie Kirk, he'd be a martyr. Because I think, in all honesty, that the moment the bullet ripped through his neck, the Democrats lost the young male vote.
Oh, 100%.
Maybe.
I'm seeing that I've seen like 5 or 6 just in the last 5 minutes. I'm doing the opposite of what's healthy. I'm doom scrolling through Twitter, but I've already seen 5 or 6 accounts saying that someone's teenage son is forever going to be red pilled because of this, or someone's not millennial, but someone's Gen Z kid. They're going to be red now forever. Like
that's actually the main reason I'm not doing a cover ranking. Gail was in here crying. We're watching the Daily Wire, and it's basically Awake, and Gail's just waterworks. And I'm going through Twitter, which, like you said, it's not healthy. Ben Shapiro, 5 minutes ago, said it's not healthy for you to scroll through Twitter right now. And he's right. So my mind was not in the place of let's rank Power
I've been
Man
doing
covers.
that all day. And even if I try to find something on Twitter to take there's no getting away from it. Even if you find for every one post on Twitter, everyone's talking about. I'm kind of honestly, I was like, man, maybe Jimmy Palmiotti said something dumb. Let me see what Jimmy hadn't said anything. It's almost like I'm
please, guys,
something stupid.
I beg you, my tag is @Englentine on Twitter. Please, if you find stupid comic book writer and artist saying something, please send them to me or post them here after the show's over. I would love to hear that.
Now I did see something backwards, but it was a different kind of backwards. I did see Mark Hamill, famously lefty crazy Mark Hamill, actually shocked that Charlie Kirk got shot, and he's like, we should be solving things with words and not. I was kind of surprised, like broken guy can be right twice a day. So, but
here's the thing, and I did read that too. The thing about that is he is also one of the ones that thought Trump's rhetoric leads to violence, and Mark Hamill has said the same vile stuff that would lead to violence if he believed that. My thinking is, can things rile you up? Of course. We read Twitter. We're all riled up about Charlie Kirk's death, as I think to a certain extent you should be.
I mean, I was already riled up. I also with the subway girl. But
I don't hold. If you said something bad about Charlie Kirk, I don't hold you responsible for his death. I hold the shooter and whoever paid the shooter. That is it. And that's my tinfoil hat. I actually think somebody paid this guy. Let's see. One Slick says they can't because they don't have any receipts, only the fictions in their own twisted mind. It amazes me how few people follow up when it comes. Like my mom and dad, they actually. I got to get home. I need to watch Rachel. That is literally something I heard my mother say. They got to get home.
Rachel Maddow?
Yeah. Oh, my mom and dad are far, far, far lefties. But the thing is they don't do the follow-ups.
Yeah.
So they if she says it, they believe it. It's like that. And it amazes me that people don't do the follow-ups. Even if Trump says something, you got to do the follow-up. Is he misunderstanding something? Find the truth.
It's the TikTok brain. They look at something for 5 seconds without full context.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk does all these like little YouTube shorts that maybe go for 30 seconds and it just looks like he might be just like scorching somebody. You never see the calm conversation that comes before or after talking about the same thing. They just think, he was so relentless on this person. It's like you didn't see the calm conversation that took place for 10 minutes before that or what came after. You're focusing on selective little cropped out moments. So
yeah,
anyway.
it gets ridiculous. And I mean, it's okay. Shh. Calm.
Try not to yell at you.
I'll try not to.
I know. But,
My wife is telling me to not yell. I will try. Matthew Dodd was fired for his insane comments.
I saw that.
What were his insane comments?
He was saying something about Charlie Kirk earlier today. I think even before he was pronounced dead, I think he was making some awful comments about him. I can't quite remember. I've been all over the place. I was listening to, it was like the Geeks and Gamers guys were covering this earlier, and so I was listening to them, and then I jumped over to, I listened to someone from the Daily Wire. I've been all over the place today, so I'm not 100% sure what his comments were. I'll try to find them. But yeah, he got fired though. So there's some justice in the world. I think he said something that hateful words lead to hateful actions. Like he was like making an excuse for Kirk getting shot. Like, oh, he said hateful. Honestly, and Van Jones honestly said a similar thing about him. Like, when Charlie Kirk talked about that Ukrainian girl in the subway, Van Jones came out and attacked him and said, oh, well, he's just a race monger. He's trying to incite violence. He's a crazy guy with his words. And like, honestly, the same type of rhetoric that Matthew Dowd said. Maybe not as specific, but yeah. Yeah,
Van Jones. I couldn't remember his name earlier today. Van Jones is fucking ridiculously stupid. What is it? The dumbest smart guy or something like that? I'm going to take away
the podcast I listened to.
Part of this.
He called Van Jones the nicest communist he'd ever met.
There you go. Let's see. Crystal Gale. I was going to call her Crystal Gale. Crystal G says, he said, we don't know if this is a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration or, I did hear that. Yeah. So we have no idea about this. No, everybody knows this was a political assassination.
Oh, yeah. Everybody I remember hearing that. They thought it was a celebration. What an idiotic thing. Like, thinking somebody would shoot a gun off in celebration at a Charlie Kirk. He's done hundreds of these things, and no one's ever popped a gun in celebration. What a moronic take.
Lark Bark is saying, how can people possibly applaud such a heinous act? And by the way, that's one thing. If you go on Twitter, people are calling this shit out. My thinking is this. If not we, I didn't have anything to do with it, but if an old lady's life is fucking upended over a baseball, these people should be called out and done with. I mean, this, because I actually started watching, and I'm thinking the lady with the baseball, the response is a little bit more than the crime.
It's way more.
Now
it's way overdone.
But the people who are saying it's a great day because Charlie Kirk is dead, fuck you guys. And once again, if you're one of them, come on so we can debate. And I want to know exactly why. Don't tell me racist, hate monger, blah, blah. You tell me why. Because then that's all they have. Somebody lied to them. They believed it, and now that's the only thing they will ever know. That's the only thing, because if you start to explain to them the truth, they will yell at you, they will call you a name, and they will run away. The people who are like this, and I think it's because of social media, will never become smarter because they will constantly look up thingsIbelievein.com, thingsIalreadyknow.com. They never think for themselves. These are the people advertisements work on.
Social media is a large part of that, and I think the public school system. Yeah. The public school system is also a large part of that as well, because they don't teach civics in high school like they used to back when I was in high school 20-something odd years ago. You know, they don't teach you.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, all of that, all the important stuff. They teach you.
They don't teach history anymore.
They don't. They don't teach, or they teach history from a certain point of view. You know, they teach, the founding fathers were evil because they had slaves, like everybody else did in that time, even though they actually tried to end slavery.
Our daughters Our daughters got out just in time. I remember when our daughters got out, they just started doing, what was that math called? That stupid math?
Common
Remember
Core.
that?
Common Core.
Common Core, yeah.
Yep.
They just started that, and it was like, God damn, this is dumb. I mean, this is like
It's
stupid
ridiculous.
dumb.
Let's make math harder.
Yeah. Austin is, I know, right? Austin is saying my brother, who is a UVU student, says in hindsight that UVU was one of the best places to do this. Low security, high trust area in the reddest urban county in the country. He's walked by the area for years. Lark Bark Van Jones is no human being. Unfortunately he is, but he's not a good one. He is a treasure troll and a coward. Austin saying he mentioned that the building the shooter was at had an easy way down in the back. Not many people know. Now, I saw somebody was filming and they saw the person on that might think did you try to call somebody? I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming the shooter, but did you try to call somebody? Because there's actually video closing in on a guy laid prone with a gun. I don't know if it would have helped. I mean, at that point in time, Charlie Kirk could have been in his sights and seconds away from the bullet going, hey, Eric, how's it going?
Just pouring one out for Matthew Dowd.
Oh, I'm not. I'll take a dump to the toilet for Matthew Dowd. But
he got fired.
Unhinged, just like
yeah.
He got canned. MSNBC. They came out and made a public apology for his comments.
Yeah. Okay. That may not seem like a big deal, but I'm telling you, like I said, they have no idea what they started today. Whoever did this,
I really don't. I think this on top of the Ukrainian girl, who I hate that I can't remember her name, but I think both of those back to back. I think it's not going to look good. I think it's going to wake a lot of people up.
Well, I think what I was saying I'd like to see happen is a couple things that I would start with. Okay, accountability is now coming to even far left news agencies. Yeah, they've gone so far now that even they know they have to rein them in at some in some way, shape, or form. I hope this is the first of many.
Yep.
I want to see the government go after any public school or university that receives any financial support from the U.S. government ends tonight. I want to see them go talk to every wealthy alumni of any of these schools, urge them to pull any endowments, any donations, anything going forward. Fuck, even take their NIL money. I don't care at this point, because that, I said, social media exacerbated this, but it all goes back to public education. Is how you grow a generation of people like this.
It's true. It's true.
Rhaegar's mentioning that this isn't the only thing the left applauded, and he's bringing up the congressional baseball shooting. I talked to my
I remember that. What was that, Scalise?
And he also brings up the Christian school shooting, the health CEO, the Butler shooting. The health guy. Yeah, they were actually applauding. I mean, the guy was walking down the street and he was shot in the back. How can you?
They were fantasizing about the assassin. They were calling that Luigi guy like hot and everything. Like he had like a fan club. It's insane.
Rhaegar obviously watched Trump's 4-minute chat about Charlie Kirk today. That's how important this guy was.
I haven't seen it
4
yet.
minutes from the president. And Trump listed all the things Rhaegar just mentioned.
Yeah. I missed it in the chat.
Yeah,
it needs to be called out. Earlier I said this. I'll say this again. I will say this again. Do not let them go anymore. For the longest time, I think conservatives just thought, it's better just walk away. We don't need the fight. It's no longer pro-choice. It's pro-abortion. It's what it was before this whole, back in the day, it was called political correctness. And then it became SJW and all that kind of shit. Before political correctness, it was pro-abortion. Don't let them get away with that. Don't let them get away with calling someone an undocumented worker or an illegal immigrant. It's an illegal alien. That's it. Do not let them change the language on us anymore. As a matter of fact, change it back. If somebody calls somebody else out as a hate monger or racist, why and how is something that you should bring up. My wife's going down. Just mention that. Don't let them control the narrative anymore, because that's what we've done now for, from my perspective, 30 years since the whole political correctness bullshit. And by the way, the political correctness thing was racist from the very beginning. We have African Americans. We have Hispanic Americans at the time. We have Asian Americans. And then we have good old-fashioned, just plain old Americans. They didn't give us a different hyphen. They didn't give us something to go before American. The only pure-blood Americans, according to the politically correct left, are white. And they have been doing this since the very freaking beginning. Let me go back to just a few years ago, where in the name of being equitable and trying to end racism, they got rid of Uncle Ben. They got rid of Aunt Jemima. And they got rid of that little cute Indian off of the Land O'Lakes thing. Any minority in the grocery store in the name of equity was removed. And they do that constantly. We can't have dwarfs in Snow White because that's uninclusive. I don't know. Maybe I am stupid. Please explain that to me.
By the way, I said you are. I have to correct a couple things. The only true Americans are Native Americans, and we do have a name. We're colonizer Americans.
Now, but even then, by the way, even then, the word native comes before American. And by the way, am I the only one who thinks calling that, first of all, nobody's native? They came through the Bering Strait, and calling them by their conquerors, maybe that is not a great thing.
Did you just assume their sexual orientation?
That's just me.
That's what it sounded like.
I did. All of them. All of them. Let's see. Remember when the Minnesota shootings of those lawmakers this year, says Rhaegar. These awful murders have been taking the positivity out of me this week. Not that I
those Republicans that work for Tim Walz. No, saying that in Republicans that work for Tim Walz.
Let's see. Rhaegar saying E was talking about how people follow politics on the other side don't check in. Yep. Every time a culture topic comes up, they are shocked how much I can rattle off. Yeah, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I would go to people who didn't agree, and I would leave a link and say, "Come on in." I actually looked up "Glad He's Dead," and I found a whole bunch of shitty people. The thing is
there's a whole lot.
And I was going to leave.
Possessed people. There are shitty people. They're going to hell.
My wife just said they're going to hell.
They have too much hate.
Oh yeah, I have zero doubt. Unless they make some radical changes to their thinking and their hearts, they probably are.
The thing is on all of their posts, there were like zero. Do you mind? Do you mind? Is that okay? He's grooming my mustache while I'm trying to be serious here. This is why I didn't have him out earlier today, because you just can't really be serious with a bird grooming you or shitting on your head. But there was nobody. It was like they would post their shitty little video talking about all the hate they have in their heart, and nobody was responding. There was nothing. So I thought, you know what? Fuck you guys. Just.
That's actually a good thing, because I said it's there's no doubt the tide is turning. I mean, it's just I don't think there's as much of an appetite for this kind of hate as there was. And certainly it will change dramatically again after today. But so to comics and Charlie Kirk for a moment. Actually, I came out of Perk's retirement and watched one of his videos today.
Oh, Perch? Okay.
Yeah, and he basically calmly said, DC, you have to pulp the Red Hood series. Said there can be no issue too. Yeah, but then I realized if they signed off on agreeing with bin Laden and fantasizing about killing J.K. Rowling, this isn't going to phase them. They're gonna have to learn the hard way.
No,
I don't know, man. They're getting lit up pretty hard on
Oh, they
Twitter.
are.
I've seen dozens of people retweeting and adding them and everything. I don't know. They're getting hit pretty hard.
I'm gonna make that video tomorrow. I'm gonna at DC Comics and add my 140 views to the whole thing too. Right now, I will absolutely, I 100% back a boycott of Warner Brothers and specifically DC Comics.
What's going to end up happening is Jeremy Adams is going to get fired for his tweet.
Did he send a tweet?
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Oh yeah,
it
was very. It would have been like something any of the three of us would have sent out. And DC can't have that.
That Red Hood rider, man. I tell you, I think I heard you say that on his earlier stream. He makes Mark Waid seem like a normal Joe by comparison. That Red Hood rider.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to see on the best of the week or any shit like that. I swear to gosh, I'm coming down on you guys if you review this book. All right. AWOL Thought says I have to. Well, go on ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't. Well, I said I don't buy new comics anymore, and I promise you,
no, that's true.
Venkman or Zach didn't get it, and I know.
100%.
Was it already out?
Yeah, it came out today. Today was issue 1.
And that's why Perch said there can be no issue 2.
My shop still had a whole lot, like compared to all the other new books, like back where the members have the pull boxes, they'll stack the new issues, and there were a lot of Red Hood issues compared to the other ones.
And they said, and Perch said, I feel bad for Ryan Sook, for the colorist, for the everything else. But you cannot continue this series.
No. Let me get to the chat here where AWOL Thoughts is saying, I have to agree that's one of the problems. They've worked so hard to make every word fluid that nothing has the same meaning anymore. And I'm saying flat out, let's take it back. We have to. We have to take the language back. They have defined so many things anymore. And if somebody calls out, like I said, if somebody calls out racism, you got to ask how. You got to ask why. Don't back down. I think that's one of the biggest problems with Republicans is that they want to be liked so much that they back down when somebody says, "Oh, you're racist." Well, I'm not racist. Just flag that shit off, or tell them what the fuck are you talking about, and keep going. Don't be afraid of being called a racist. It doesn't mean anything anymore. AWOL is also saying that's why we have ridiculous sayings now. Okay, hold on. I lost it. Something came up and it pushed forward here. Wrigley's saying now like verbal violence. Right. It's stupid. Microaggression. Or what I think is unconscious microaggression. How can you possibly know anything about that if it's unconscious? Patagonia is saying, gosh darn it, I listen to him a lot and I'm crying. The Charlie Kirk show on Apple Podcasts is my favorite. I met him and it hits different, especially with 2 daughters. Democrats must answer. They have, and they don't give a shit, unfortunately, Patagonia. They have come up with every other reason than their own rhetoric and the shooter. Everybody else seems to be to blame, but not those 2. And AWOL's also bringing up, don't forget, they also took away Famous Amos off of his cookies. Yeah. Let's see. He helped elect our nation's first president who is, you know what? You said that stupid shit last time. Next time you're banned. Come up with some facts. If you're going to troll, be a factual troll. Okay? Sing us songs. Oh, sing us the songs of your people. Says, oh, this guy, another wonderful secret. He brought up the felony thing. But the only reason why President Trump is a felon, which he's not, is that the judge said, go find something he's guilty about. No, that also, by the way, the trial of Donald Trump had no stated crime. And that is illegal. That is corrupt in itself. So here's the thing. I want you to stay, but I want you to stay with facts. I want you to really be something. Okay. I am encouraging you to come at us with your best, and that shit is not anybody's best. Okay? I truly want you to be a part of this conversation. So think about it, be constructive, and come back with some real stakes on not President Trump. We're not talking about him. But you come back with some real facts about why Charlie Kirk is dead, why his daughters can't have their father, why his wife can't have her husband. You come back to me with that or get the out. Because if you can't be a part of the conversation seriously, why are you around here? Unless
Jeremy Adams has been. I just looked up that tweet. He apparently has been hitting the block button because almost every repost is somebody calling him names or cursing him out or all this. He's been hitting the block button though, apparently. So he's been, you know, I mean, there's some support for him too. But yeah,
I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, hold on.
Jeremy Adams is not going to last at DC.
You don't think?
No.
By the way,
I
off
don't
the
think
corner.
DC will. Go ahead.
No, please. No, finish your thought.
I was going to say, I think if DC had to make a choice between Gretchen, fuckhead, whatever his name is, and Jeremy Adams, they would choose Gretchen. I'm convinced. There are some.
I agree with you.
There's some truly sick fucks at the top of the DC food chain.
Off the corner, welcome, and you can comment anytime you want. There you go. He's saying, sorry, maybe I should have said hello to everyone first before commenting. Well, we'll say hello to you and welcome. I hope you like the content. This is not the normal content. We're a comic book channel. But this is
we don't
channel.
Do this every night.
No. Well, I did this twice today, but the thing is we usually rank comic books. Sometimes I'll do a video or a live stream about comic books. But this is my channel, and I reserve the right to talk about whatever the heck I want. So there you go. But yeah, please stick around. Yeah. Also, the writer New Red Hood comic put out. Okay, we're talking about that. AWOL thoughts. Let's see. I'm a little behind the comments here. So
go fuck yourself. Get rid of him.
What's on my mind is why Trump
he's
hasn't
calling
released
Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. That's him.
Yeah, Alan. Like I said, I need a better troll. That's shit. Be a better troll. Next one, you're out. I just deleted comment. Be a better troll. Come in with facts. And by the way, actually, the Epstein file. How about this one? If you had evidence that leaders of nations were on that island, I might put that aside and use it as leverage. Just saying. Warner needs to address what the heck is going on with their employees. We shouldn't just let them just ignoring this and hoping criticism will go away. That's from Drune. There you go. AWOL Thought says, I debate a guy called First Amender almost every week, and his first go-to whenever losing any point is to scream racism, sexism. Yeah, that's somebody who just doesn't know. Off the corner, hello again. I'm guessing this channel was recommended to me for the first time tonight because I love comics and I am a conservative. Well, hey, welcome. So am I. That's actually one thing I was told early. I was told don't put your political views out there, but I said something and boom. One of my favorite is I did a video about the racist attitude towards Monica Rambeau, the first female Captain Marvel. And because she was a leader of the Avengers, but then they made Genisvel, and he took her name and gave her the name, Photon, I think it was. And then later they created Philovel, and she took Captain Marvel. And Genisvel, or whatever his name was, took the name that Monica Rambeau was using all over again. And then we have this awesome Ms. Marvel run in the 2000s, and they decide they want to be a little bit more diverse. And they decide they want Captain Marvel to be the head of, like, the face of Marvel, I guess because of the name. And so instead, and they want diversity, by the way. And instead of bringing in Monica Rambeau, who is black, they give us Carol Danvers. Now, here's more. Carol Danvers, beautiful, we know how she looked in the 2000s, and they decided then they didn't want to follow the male gaze. So they started drawing Carol taller with broader shoulders and smaller boobs till the very point where she's got this picture where she looks like the Aryan poster child from the Nazi regime. It just kills me how they. By the way, then they have the audacity to go ahead and call Monica Rambeau anti-Monica. So, yeah, I don't know what got me started on that, but there you go.
Yeah, I was about to say, you shifted gears to the whole Captain Marvel thing pretty quick.
I did. I don't know where that came from.
But in case anybody was
Eric
wondering,
Boyd is saying, what?
No, I was saying, in case anybody was wondering when the comic book industry decided to become a girls' brand, Patient Zero is Captain Marvel.
I can see that. And that first run was mildly successful. Eric Boyd is saying tonight is a bit serious, but this channel is overall fun and good for comic book discussions and auctions. That is true.
I'll be back in a second, guys. I got to return a phone call real quick.
All right.
All right. Rhaegar saying, see, there are this political bots that post in comment sections and replies, and they don't reply like normal people because they are bots. Huh. All righty. Let's see. Free speech, that's what Charlie was all about. Yeah. I actually, by the way, I don't like the way YouTube is cracking down on free speech. I've hated it since the beginning, and I hate the fact that it's turned things like the most heinous crime in the world almost. And people call it grape. Yeah, you know what? Of all the things that needs to be nerfed is that. When you're talking about that, it shouldn't be nerfed. But if you say it, your channel is shadow banned. Did I really lose 10 viewers and all that? Let's see.
Maybe that dude took the other bots with him.
Oh, maybe that's it. Charlie actually said he wants Trump to dig deeper and give information, but he took a diplomatic approach and didn't attack him until certain so-called conservatives. Huh. And I think that the files aren't released because there are so many people incriminated by that might actually unbalance the world. I actually heard a story. I don't know how far it goes, but I actually heard a story that Trump was an FBI informant and on the Epstein case. So I don't know. I'm a 56-year-old black man. Hey, me too. And the word racism has lost its meaning. People of this generation don't even know true racism, but Monica Rambeau from the 80s was awesome. I agree with that, sir. Yeah. By the way, if you want to see a guy just lose his mind, whenever you're pulled over, if you're a white guy, whenever you're pulled over and they ask you, do you know why I pulled you over? Just look them straight in the eyes and as serious as you can go, because I'm black. You will get a couple of reactions, but my favorite, like I've never had a black officer mad at me for saying that. They just laugh.
How many times have you been pulled over?
I've had a couple of white guys look at me. More than I would like to admit. Thank you very much. I don't know. For a while, actually, I haven't been pulled over in a long time, but there was a while where it seemed like I was being pulled over a lot. And it got to the point where if a cop was behind me, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to be pulled over. No, I'm acting suspicious. So I get pulled over.
That's funny.
Let's see. I don't like it. Go ahead.
No, from my drinking days to 35 plus years ago, I still get nervous when a cop's behind me.
Yeah.
It's, even though, like I said, I have no taillights out, insurance up to date, city sticker on the car, I still get nervous. That never went away.
Yeah, it's funny. It won't. Desert Rose says, I don't like it when people always say things and I ask them, where did you hear that? And they always say, oh, I Googled it. Like that is gospel. Social media has its attributes, but it also does. It is also scary. And I agree with that. I think social media has destroyed the world, to tell you the truth. It seems that everything has to be politically correct these days, says Henry Jeremick. And Droon says, to me, Carol Danvers will always be Ms. Marvel. 2000s and or 70s version. Let's see. AWOL is saying top the corner, 55 here, and everything you said is true. This generation confuses racism with something not liking them as a person or because of their actions. We hear that a lot, actually. If you criticize black on black crime or black on white crime or anything that has to do with black people, it's because of the skin color, not because of the action, which is ridiculous. That's why I don't respond to it anymore. You're racist. And a million other things, but meh. What you gonna do? I like the warbird. Paul Giamatti is also a 56-year-old black man in the movie John Dies at the End. Well, he's a blue man in Big Fat Liar. What were you gonna say, Eric?
I would say, yeah, Austin. Yes, she was head of security at NASA in the original Captain Marvel comic, because it started Marvel Superheroes, and she was a semi-regular in the early issues of the Captain Marvel series. And then I don't know that she was used very sparingly between then and the Ms. Marvel comic that started in late '76.
Let's see, the viewers that drop will probably just be those chat boxes. Well, I need the views. Bring them back. Let's see. Rhaegar says, I mean to be fair, but if I don't have a blue wrench somewhere or a cool mod that knows me well, I spell things. That's funny. That's funny. Droon saying, I became a bigger fan of Carol Danvers back in Avengers Annual 10. Okay. Back when she lost her powers. That's interesting. Yeah. Henry saying the creation of Monica Rambeau was the reason for creation of Jim Starlin's The Death of Captain Marvel. Really? I thought one begat the other, not the other way around. Can't have voter ID because Democrats say black people don't know how to get IDs. Oh, yeah. Well, black people can't find the DMV. Black people don't know how to use a bus. Black people don't know how to use computers. And these are the people who say we're the hateful ones. Go figure. I was thinking, and we've got a 56-year-old black guy here. When we were young, we knew there were differences, and we made fun of them. Not in a way that would cause you not to be friends. We just knew. That was it, This is how white people dance,
And somebody figured out there was a lot of money to be made in outrage, so that's...
I know, right? Damn.
What are we outraged about now?
You.
Oh, I was talking about how when people my age were younger, we knew the racial differences and we made fun of them. And nobody got outraged. Nobody got outraged. It was just, okay, that's the difference. Let's make fun of it. I don't know. Let's see. From Rhaegar. Oh, wait. Avengers Annual 10 was a tough issue. Carol felt betrayed by her superhero friends, says Droon.
May I take the next one?
Rhaegar saying, Engleton in there. We'll go right on ahead.
Okay, Rhaegar. Yeah, love you like the little brother I never wanted. But he was not around the 60s. And I was 7 when they ended. So, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was born in 1970. July of 1970.
Hey, that does... I'm trying to think, when was my dad was born in, I think my dad was born at the end of the 60s. I think he was born in 64, in 67, 68 maybe. I don't remember.
Good God, I'm older than your dad.
So you're young enough, you're young enough to be my kid?
Apparently.
How old are you?
37.
How old are you?
I turned 37 in June.
No.
Goodness.
I'm 55, so that would be... what is that? 45, 40 is 15. Oh, 18. Yep. Yeah, I guess so. Wow. Yeah.
My dad was 30.
I just found out that
I think when I was born.
Zach is young enough to be our child.
Well, so your mom's older. Your mom's older than your dad.
Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was the same. Charlie Kirk died at the same age my daughter is right now, and let me tell you something. That's not enough life.
That's wild. He was 6 years younger than me. That is wild to me to think that.
I got a little weird a few years back when I told Gail, we are older than John Candy ever got to be.
Ooh.
And this kid is a father of two, and he's gone.
Two little kids, like our kids.
Our daughters, and he's gone. And they are fatherless because why?
Because somebody had too much hate.
It's either a lone person who thought Charlie Kirk must die because the news told them, their news told them that he was such an evil he cannot be alive anymore. Imagine that. I do not like what Rachel Maddow says. Every time I watch, I wonder why my parents watch her, because she lies constantly. And not only does she lies in a way that if you just do even the quickest of Google searches, you'll find out that she lies. Jake Tapper lied about goddamn everything the Democrats wanted him to lie about. What's his name? The New York brothers. One was the governor.
Cuomo
lied. Cuomo, thank you. Yeah. I don't want any of them dead. I hope they live long and happy lives and that their families are nice. I don't know of anyone, even here, wants them dead. And that's another thing. Stop letting anyone call us the hateful ones. If they mention it, call that shit out. And look, I get it. One thing I have promised myself is I will not respond to blue check saying outrageous things, because the way you make money on Twitter is getting responses. If somebody's having a discussion and they say something stupid, okay. But you'll hear some, like right now, there's a blue check, I'm sure, that, oh, the only bad thing is it didn't hit those two little girls either. Oh, outrage. And now he's just like, thank you. So no, don't respond to that kind of shit. But if somebody's having a conversation like that, don't let them get away with it. Don't let them get away with it, because
Twitter who are
they've been doing
taking screenshots. I like all the people on Twitter taking screenshots of these loons who are celebrating, because I guarantee you can call it karma, you can call it God, justice, whatever. It's going to come back and bite them in the ass, honestly. And I'm here for it. Matthew Dowd may be the first of many people who will get canned and face consequences in real life. It's not the internet.
I have seen a couple of teachers and a couple of nurses talk about how they're so happy Charlie Kirk is dead, and how and a lot of people are hitting up the schools that they work at and the hospitals they work at and asking, are you really going to keep this person employed? So hopefully something comes. Like I said, if you're going to upend a woman's life because she took a baseball, these people are far worse. These people are far freaking worse. So
there's a firefighter in New Orleans who was cheering this, and she's like, "Y'all should leave the bullet in his head because it chose to be there," or some. She's trying to make a abortion argument, but it was
an abortion thing.
I really.
But then again, hey, his body, his choice, right?
Right.
Look at TikTok is going on a warpath, says Undead Quinn. Oh, go ahead.
I'm thinking at this point, if you're a nurse and you're cheering for someone's death, you should lose.
Yep.
You should lose your license to practice nursery, whatever the fuck it's called. Never again. Teacher, you should lose the right to educate, because can you be trusted? Someone brings you go to the hospital. Is she going to ask you who you voted for before she decides whether or not to treat you? And what about, so when you're shaping young minds, if you've got that much hate for one side, you shouldn't be educating anybody but yourself. Mm-hmm. And I want to see shit tons of people lose their jobs over this. Screw it. It's the time to be nice. It's like Roadhouse. Be nice until it's time not to be nice.
Until it's
time
not to be nice.
Me, I'm dude, people should be. I'm so glad that I'm not president right now, because I would be sending people out on planes to other countries if they were celebrating this. Like, I would go full, whether you're born here or not. I'd be like, okay, you're out, because you are not. Your mindset is not compatible with civilization when you're cheering someone's death.
People, just a few years ago,
Okay,
people were losing their
fix your
jobs
thought,
for
and then we'll
saying
talk
there are
about this.
only two genders.
Mm-hmm.
People were losing their jobs for stating facts, and men can't get pregnant. Now, listen, you juxtapose that with celebrating a man's assassination. No, those people, they can lose their jobs too.
Yep.
Oh, I sent a message to Doug, because I saw his post, see if he wanted to come in. He says, normally I don't read off, but this is not a very personal. It's just he's talking about he appreciates the offer, but he's turning in early because the day. It's worn him out. So I get that.
It's been a trying
God bless
day,
you, Doug.
sure.
Yep. I hope he's okay. And since they don't like to hear this, thoughts and prayers to Doug's family as well. Doug is a great guy, by the way.
Which Doug are we talking about? I'm thinking of two different Dougs. Which Doug are we thinking? Are you talking about? Tenaple? Oh, Ernst. Okay.
What's the other one?
Gotcha.
Tenaple. Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Ernst. Doug Ernst is a good guy.
I actually
I've liked him several times.
I've never really had. I don't think I've had any interaction with Doug Tenaple. So Undead Quinn is saying the moderate in me is gone. I think I feel the same way. The same way. It's okay. Now I'm going to say something a little bit controversial and off the corner. You have all right to go after me. It's like when I hear the I lost my train of thought. It's okay, but it
would have been great, folks.
I was actually
It would have been,
but I lost my train of thought. Okay, what we were talking about, Doug Tenaple, and
Doug Ernst.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, it was the Undead Quinn comment. The moderate in me is gone. I am done. I'm done with the discussion. I am over it anymore. And I've had this going on. I was going to mention I had this with the whole reparations thing. You know what? You got the reparations. We spent trillions and trillions of dollars in programs. Didn't work. God bless. And I'm like that now. I don't give a fuck about being nice to these people anymore. And I'm calling them these people because I don't know everyone's name. But I don't mean black, but I mean the Democrats now. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm on to now. I don't feel like being nice to Democrats anymore. I don't feel like being nice to leftists. We've had decades, and definitely in the last 8 years since Trump came on the political scene, of them calling us hateful, of them calling us violent, of them calling us everything. Stop that shit dead. Stop it dead. That's it. Apparently there's footage of the shooter on a roof. I did talk about this earlier. That was actually before Eric came on, and I truly I don't know if it would have made a difference. Hey, let's call somebody. Maybe if they could get a call to Charlie Kirk's people in time to get them down or something like that, but it might have been just seconds before. Off the corner saying sorry, I'm behind on the comments. I'm going to try to catch up. Back in the day, I worked in a pizza parlor and video store, among other places, worked with a lot of white guys and gals. If people today heard the jokes we made at each other's expense, I know, right? I worked at Universal for 12 years, lost my job. I came back and I talked to everybody the way we did. It was almost like it was pre-Obama and post-Obama. And when I came back post-Obama and made the same jokes, not racial, but it was more sexual and all that kind of stuff. Like we would tell dirty jokes with everybody. That's what she said, that kind of thing all over the place. And when I heard people joking and I told my own joke, I immediately got reported. It's like everybody was telling jokes. Well, nobody told us about those. I'm telling you now, and I still got in trouble. So, let's see. The War of Ideals, time to learn lessons. Let's see. Rhaegar says, actually, I do it the other way around. I see a lot of anime avatars with no checks or obvious rage bait names, and I don't respond to them mostly because they are crazy. Yeah, that goes too. I don't know why teachers would do that, but definitely I don't understand nurses doing that. Would you want that person caring for you? No, do they still take the what is that, the Hippocratical or oath?
Hippocratic oath. I think that's doctors. I don't know if that's nurses. It should be though. But Hippocratic.
Let's see. Rhaegar saying, you guys were moderate because I'm not, and I haven't been since 2010. One Slick says, I don't see how anyone can fence sit anymore. Either you stand with the good or you stand with the evil. And I think they have shown themselves. They have finally shown which side is which. Off the corner saying, sir, I've been over it much longer than you. All righty. I had enough. I just kept getting threats of violence from the left, says Undead Quinn. Yeah. Well, I've gotten flagged by War Campaign, and at the same time, the leftist somebody Mazza complained about Steven Crowder, and they went straight across the board, and my channel got shadow banned. So yeah, they will do stuff. And Erica Boyd saying, please, England team, share about your time working as a projectionist.
Charlie Kirk was supposed.
I don't know where you got.
Kirk was supposed to be at LSU next month. He was going to be in my hometown. Damn.
Earlier today, I watched Tim Pool, and he was talking about, and he opens the show saying, we're going to cancel this show, we're going to cancel that show, we're going to cancel that show. And I'm very glad that as he was talking about Charlie Kirk, of whom he knows, he said, you know what, we can't cancel it. We can't. Now you might bring it inside and have it where people are scanned and everything, but you can't shut up. Tim Pool, I hope they realize. I hope Tim Pool, what's his name? Harry Knowles,
Michael Knowles.
His name, the Daily Wire
Knowles.
People. Michael Knowles, thank you.
Benny Johnson.
Harry Knowles is Ain't It Cool News, right?
Maybe.
I hope these people.
I saw the quartering. The quartering is definitely getting more radicalized.
I hope these people know that there is no way you can shut up now. I was thinking earlier that I may actually make political posts on a regular basis because we can't be silent now. We can't shut up. We cannot give them the floor anymore. It can't be done.
Yeah.
They constantly, by the way, change the rules. I mean the left, and then are amazed that we use the rules that they just created. You'll hear it like somebody will go, oh, they can't say this. We need to make this hate speech. We need to make this bad, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody will say the same thing, and they'll come back with, well, I thought you stood for, you changed the rules. That's the way it is. What was it? The last election, people were saying you need a ballot harvest. I thought you guys were against that. Well, you changed the rules. Now we have to do the same thing you do. And that happens constantly. We have to play by the same rules they are. Lark Bark, I strongly disagree with far left's ideology and methods, which I believe are destructive and irrational. Yeah. People get mad at Ryan Kennel's black jokes, but in the Navy, he was also in. We used to joke like that all the time, says Rhaegar. That's why I'm always giving Zach guff. Well, but just understand, Rhaegar.
I'm a brother. I have a brother. I have close friends that I consider brothers. I get it. You mock, you make fun of, you jab at the guys that you're close to. I get it.
Yeah.
I've never felt like personally attacked by Rhaegar or anything. Evil Black Cat's
and
different,
in the end,
cool.
truly, Rhaegar, Zach only hates you because you're black, not the way you act. It's just the skin color. Just know that.
Yeah. I just hate that he changes his icon every other day. Like, dude, pick a picture, man. Just commit to something. Right?
Oh, by the way, for those of you who are new here, Zach's a great guy. But one time, I was having an auction, and I had Luke Cage Power Man, Luke Cage Power Man, Luke Cage Power Man, and then right at the end, Power Man and Iron Fist. And Zach goes, I'll take I and J. I don't really like the issues without Iron Fist. And we were like, huh. And that leveled him. From then on, he was racist, blah, blah, and we made fun of him.
It's been 4 years. So I'm never beating those allegations.
Yeah, Zach saw that was pushed back to Friday night.
You'll never live
why he's here tonight.
Alrighty, let's see. AWOL thoughts. Well, the truth is, in the 80s and 90s and up to 2000s, people would do racial humor and nobody really got pissed off because everybody actually understood what part was humor and why we have thicker skins. Yeah.
Exactly. There's no hateful intent.
Nope. My wife said, exactly. There was no hateful intent. It's just jokes. Off the corner is saying, comic books, movies, sports, video games, all these things used to unite us. The Marxists are now using these same things to divide us. Yeah. Let's see. But you know what? I got to tell you off the corner, I really, really hated black people until I saw End Racism on the back of football helmets. And then my heart opened. Let's see. I'm appalled by the X accounts from Punk Rock Club that promotes violence and wishes for more of it. I am followed immediately. Yeah, there's a lot of blockings going on. Let's see. Ben Shapiro already has a serious security group, like at the same level as Glenn Beck's. He's like former special
He has
forces
a heavy
dude.
duty.
He was actually. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say he has a heavy duty security group.
Yeah. He was actually talking about how he was amazed because he was telling people that his security team was too much because this is America. People don't shoot each other over their political beliefs. Yeah. I don't understand how he came to that with the death of JFK, with the death of his brother, with the death of Martin Luther King, with the shooting of Reagan, with the well, not just him, but what's his name, Brady. With I mean, there's been so many political assassinations. Yeah, we have people shoot other people over politics.
You know what those all have in common? Up until Butler, really between Reagan and Trump.
It's a lot better.
There really weren't
somebody.
They had many shootings. So like
in your face. You know, you didn't kill me.
I'm getting to.
Sorry.
Yeah, my wife is. What were you saying, Gailey?
I said it's much better when people survive the shooting like Trump did. Then you can just say, in your face.
Trump won the election that day. I absolutely believe that. I was scared. Don't get me wrong, but Trump won the election when he stood up and said fight, and I think that's more important. I'm sorry, Eric. Please.
I don't know if today created any new Republicans because, well, they're worthless. But it today created a shitload of new conservatives.
Oh yeah, 100%. I keep seeing posts saying they just created a million new Charlie Kirks or we are Charlie. I hope that attitude sticks too. I hope it's just not like a week-long emotional thing. I hope that people actually follow through and commit to it. But yeah, I think it's a bigger
old
thing
man perspective here. It's going to have to come from the young.
Yeah,
the people that he was reaching now have to, like a chain letter, have to reach more people who can then reach more people, because they said you can't shut everybody up.
Yep, it's true.
And quite frankly, who would want to live like the other side that have to pass daily purity tests,
right?
And agree with each other 99% of the time, but that 1% cancels out the other 99. That's a shit way to live.
It really is.
I'd much rather.
Anytime I see somebody criticizing or saying that what we say, people treat left as same as right. All I want to see is that person walk across a college campus in a MAGA hat just once. Let them know. What do we got? The troons came out of the woodwork. I'm not sure what troons are. If anybody wants to define that.
It's a meme or it's a way to make fun of trans people. It's a way.
Actually, by the
trans,
way,
but,
go ahead.
Yeah. No, troon is
okay,
just their jokey word for trans.
Yeah. By the way, I've also a long time ago I decided I'm never calling it he or she. No, that's not true. If they really make the effort, like I can't see myself calling Blair White a he. But Blair White has made the fucking effort. He is a he. But when I'm talking about Blair White, I got to say I often do use she. But most of the time, what I see, especially around here, there's so many effeminate males that want to be called she. I said, you're not a woman. You're never going to be a woman, but you're definitely not a woman just because you put pink in your hair. I'm insulted for my wife and 2 daughters when I see that shit. And yeah, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't like to lie. I just don't. When Gail and I got back together, we had a discussion in which some information I'm not going to share went back and forth. Then I realized if I am honest with my wife about all things like that, then it's easy to be honest about all things in real life. So a lot of times, even if I realize I lie, like I said, everybody does that. Well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people. I try to correct it as much as possible. So that's me. That's who I am. Now, if a trans person comes in and they say, and I call them here, you can't talk. Why do I have to change who I am? And I have to not be accepted if just so you feel you're accepted. Now, if a guy wants to live his life as a woman, that's his life. Have fun. You're not a woman. Stay out of women's places. Stay out of women's spaces. But you're not. Otherwise, have a good time. I hope you are successful in all of your endeavors, except for the one where you're trying to encroach on women's places and spaces. Let's see. While those opposing communism are becoming even more vigilant in their efforts. Following the disappointing outcome of Charlie Kirk's event, many conservative groups are opting to cancel future events, citing concerns for safety and security. I cannot think they can't. While those opposing communism are becoming even more vigilant in their efforts, people have to stand up. If you know somebody who's canceling something, send messages to them. You can't. And I know they are putting their lives on their line. But it just can't happen. If the suspect ends up being a longtime registered Republican and a firearm owner who disagrees with some of Charlie's views, will Republicans walk back all of their calls for civil war? Or no? No. I don't see a reason to. But I think the person should be called out, definitely. But then again, right now, I'm overly emotional.
I would say the odds of that happening are about the same as winning a Powerball. And as far as the second one, will your party stop calling everyone they disagree with literally Hitler? Because that would help. Yeah, it's boring, and it is causing the division.
Words have. I was telling this to my fiance yesterday. Words have power, and if you say something over and over again, like Republicans are Nazis, or all these terrible that are factless, by the way, then someone is going to believe that, and that someone's going to go crazy and is going to go shoot up a church or a school or something out like that lunatic a week or two ago that shot up the Catholic Church, I think. Just crazy, and you just kept hearing all this stuff repeated over and over. It sinks in.
Rhaegar, I think it was.
But this is also true.
speaker.
Republicans aren't calling for civil war.
Nope.
That is true.
You don't
I'm
see
sorry
any.
to interrupt.
You're,
Go on ahead.
the big difference.
Yeah, there are a few that are.
Oh, are there?
Not anybody
Oh, yeah.
of prominence, but there's chatter saying there's like civil war is inevitable. Now I'm not talking about fighting your guns and over territory, but it's just like you hear the term national divorce a lot.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe that I don't know that there's any coming back from this for a lot of people. I mean, I don't know how some people will ever be able to coexist again. I mean, you don't have that. You don't really hear about it much in the Midwest, but up and down the coasts, in a lot of big cities, obviously, there's so much rancor and division, because I think that a lot of those people, you say get out and touch grass, but some of these people live in places where they don't ever see any. And it's hard. I just don't know. I don't know how we come back from. I mean, it's getting so out of hand at this point. I guess he must have muted himself in the bird, because there's no way it's going to be that quiet.
No, I'm sorry. It just I blanked out. I froze up and kind of.
I think you're a few seconds behind, by the way.
I think he is too. I've noticed that. I think there's a time delay or something.
This computer sucks for StreamYard. It really does. But yeah. Sorry,
Dark Admiral.
Good night, Dark Admiral.
Have a good one. Take
Mark
care.
Hare.
Let's see. Why have I been reacting late?
Yeah. There's been some overlap, but I mean, it's nothing. Honestly, it's nothing terrible. But
thanks for stopping by off the corner.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying goodnight to off the corner.
Yep.
So now you're
have a good one, man.
Black man lefty.
Just me. I'm the only 55-year-old black man in the room. Here you go, boy. I'm gonna put you on. You just nope. Get on the shoulder. Get on the shoulder. Okay. Don't get on the shoulder. Here you go. Come here. It's okay. There we go. Let's see. Simple. Why is your reality more important than my reality? And I can be polite to someone. Yeah, I don't think actually you shouldn't be rude unless they're rude. But you shouldn't give up your personality so they can have theirs, or you shouldn't give up who you are. It just, and to me, I very much do not lie. I don't like to lie. One of the things, and this is true. If Gail said she didn't like something that I was doing, and I liked what I was doing, instead of not doing it, I would become a better thief. I would become a better liar. I don't want to live like that anymore. It was a shitty way to be in a marriage, and so I don't like to. Anyway. Pistachio, so cute. I know, right? He is. Right now, he's found my tea bottle that was frozen. It's just now getting to be drinkable, and he's licking the condensation off of the bottle. So there he is, next to the tea bottle. That's what he likes to do. He's adorable. I love this bird. Like I was saying earlier, for a while I couldn't admit it. For a while is like I felt I couldn't love this bird because of Twiddles. No, isn't that weird? I was a little traumatized by the death of Twiddles. But he's my bird. And he is my bird. Twiddles was Gail's before he came on. And then she would go to work and Twiddles would spend the entire day with me. But he was actually both of ours. And he would separate his time between the two of us. when he woke up, I always kept the cage door open because otherwise he would lift it up, bam, 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 bam. And it would let him fly around. He would land on me, and then we'd fly downstairs to Gail, who was usually already up and sitting on the couch, and he would just cuddle. He would come right up to her face, and he would just cuddle right here for as long as Gail would let him. And then would fly and wake me up. Let's see. Thanks, so nice. It's close to Manwolf was bit. Oh, you're talking about your cards. Does it feel like you're cheating on him? It did, actually. It actually did feel like I was cheating on Twiddles. Let's see. The Jackson Harry Mudd. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about anymore. Okay. There we go. The comments are all read. What's to say? Gailey, do you have anything to say about the whole evening, the whole day?
No, I'm exhausted though.
Do you feel emotionally drained?
Yes, because I was bawling my eyes out for over an hour. I saw the video and
I put on the Daily Wire, and like I said, Gail was just waterworks. There was a young lady, and she was talking about her friendship with Charlie Kirk, and it was something to hear. It was. Eric Boyd said, I like hearing Pistachio sing and tweet. Then again, I like watching and listening to birds in my I like watching birds myself. Not with the glasses and the binoculars and all that kind of stuff, but it's just nice. I'm ready to boycott local comic book shops who sell the Red Hood. At least boycott that one book for sure.
It's got to go
That's
further.
the word I was looking for, emotionally drained. So, okay. By all means, expand.
No, it has to go further. There's only so much you can take. A company that will employ somebody like that, you've made a choice. You've made a choice to figuratively get in bed with the worst society has to offer. And I don't care. I said anybody with even an ounce of intelligence or an IQ above room temperature has to know those are the words of a sick individual. And you couple that with some of the other activists they've hired who at least haven't gone this far in their social media posts, but there needs to be a price to pay for that. And I'm sorry for the people that like the Jeremy Adamses that work there, but Jeremy Adams knew what kind of company it was that he signed exclusive with, and they said it's not going to do any good to boycott a book that you weren't going to buy anyway, because nobody's going to buy that shit. But DC's got momentum right now, and if that starts crashing because they chose to stand behind a psycho in a wig, then like I said, they deserve to lose great sums of money, because the communists that run DC may not care about money, but the folks at Warner Brothers does. Even though comics isn't even moving a decimal point on their bottom line, it's not a good look.
I agree. Absolutely. And okay. Boycott all the DC comics. If you feel the need to read them, go to Read Comics Online. Buy them when they're 50 cents and because they couldn't get rid of them in the shop. Desert Rose, that's the word I was looking for. Emotionally drained. It's how I felt all day. Yeah. Actually, I felt that as soon as I heard the news. It was around 5 o'clock. My daughter came in and asked if I heard what's happening. And I said, what happened to Charlie Kirk? And she said he got shot. And since she said he got shot, I was thinking, holy shit, someone tried to assassinate him. She goes, no, he's dead. And it was like a punch in the gut. He's so young, and he seems like the kind of guy, even if you politically disagree with him, which is what this is over. This is political. Don't let anybody fucking tell you. They're talking about that murder on the subway. It wasn't racial. Yes, it was. And yes, this was political.
Oh,
but he seems, even if you were not on the same side, it seems like he was such a nice guy. He would still help you. Go on ahead, Eric.
No, I do want to say that, to respond to Clint, I would say that, and the sad thing about that is we're talking, the comic book shops, some of them agree with that ideology, and I'm fine with, if you stop buying from places like that, fine, they've made their beds. Other places, go take that DC money and buy back issues, even if they're DC back issues, because DC's not making the money off of those because they've already made theirs.
Yeah.
Support the LCSs because
that's right.
Go buy a game, a toy, back issues. Support those folks because a lot of them had nothing to do. They are as powerless against these activists that have hijacked the main part of these folks' businesses. And there's nothing worse. Yeah, I said, I lost my career because, people, it became possible to steal music. In the days before CD burning and Napster, the business I was in was just making money hand over fist. We had 6 stores. Now there's barely one.
Oh, but
so I know what that's like. It sucks. So I said, if you're boycotting DC, go spend that money on something else at those shops.
I do have to apologize. Thank you very much to Leon for the super sticker. I apologize. I saw it went by, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. What was I looking at? MK's asking, do you think they'll make a documentary or movie about this? I think they will make a documentary and a movie about Charlie Kirk. I am hoping it is the right people and it doesn't star Pedro Pascal. But I think somebody on YouTube will come up with a Charlie Kirk documentary in about 3 or 4 days. YouTube people are just like that. I mean, heck, you could say I'm explaining it because I had two videos in the same day talking about the same topic. Mainly, this is because sometimes I get overly emotional. You may have seen it, and I just feel like the only way to get rid of that. By the way, my wife can back this up. If I am over emotional, I have to talk. I have to talk about it. Even if we're in an argument and she's just asking me to leave, sometimes I can't. Am I right, Gailey?
Well,
yeah. That's part of my flaws.
That's a yes.
By the way, the Yankees
somebody will make a documentary. I know. I saw that. That was awesome. They before the game they had the big screen and it said Charlie Kirk. It had his they talked about the death and it was
remembering Charlie Kirk.
Yep, that's all it had to be. I looked at that and said, "Well, fucking good for you, man. Seriously, it's very nice." Rhaegar's asking if the person that was talking on the Daily Wire was blonde. It might have been Isabel Brown. She's from the next state over and made it big time to Daily Wire. Eric and Boyd are saying blackbirds are the assholes of the bird family. They chase off the robin, sparrows, cardinals, and ducks, by the way. Me and Gail was sitting in a Wendy's parking lot having some hamburgers. We would throw bread to the ducks, and these blackbirds came down and started attacking everything. Today's murder just took the wind out of me, and I only watch Charlie Kirk once in a while, says Eric and Boyd.
Yeah, Off the Corner's leaving for real this time, and says he hopes to be able to hang out with us again. I don't know if you're into comics at all, Off the Corner, but yeah, check out one of our cover rankings. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Silly, but
let's see. Since you're black now, you can order Mr. Terrific costume and be him for Halloween. If I have the money, I may try that, Rhaegar. You know what? Just to prove that I am a black guy, I'll get the right kind of makeup too. Yeah, I think that'll go over well. Let's see. One thing's for certain: this Thanksgiving is going to be very interesting for all Americans. Yeah. Let's see. Clint is agreeing with Breen, saying the boycott has to hit the important wallets. You tell every shop in your area, and you get enough people to support it. And your pull list, all comics, not just DC, every comic. Support that shop, support that shop, but not DC.
Yeah, MK.
Go ahead.
Kind of became I was telling MK, I kind of became a Yankees fan today. They kind of converted me over.
I'm gonna scooch down to the end. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I suspect the Yankees are not owned by lefties. Reason why I think that is years back they had Fox News on their stadium. Okay. Let's see. Tony Hayes bought a shirt for me. I'm interested in seeing what it is. The shirt is 2X for E because he has a dad bod, and that's the name for it. I usually get 3X because the shirts tend to shrink in the wash. This one, however, I have lost weight since I got this shirt. It looks like a moo-moo when I wear this. Yeah.
There's an image.
Buying back issues only puts more money towards newer DC comics. The end of your pull list because DC and the industry standing with violent leftists. This will send a message to this Kirk. Well, each do what you think. Do what you feel is right. Watch the cover rankings now just to hear Fank say Dixie Norris. Not. Of course, you stick around to hear Eric say it. I thought that would be
besmirched. Well, that's it. What difference does it make? You wouldn't hear it for 8 seconds.
Let's see.
8
Apparently,
seconds
that
later,
old man claimed he shot him. There you go. And had a restraining order from Governor Cox and former Governor Hatch. He's known in Utah politics for trying to make disruptors in political events. You still like your Florida? I still love my Florida. By the way, I watched a football game the other day with one of my Florida teams and almost damn near cried. I think, wasn't it the Colts versus the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Who was it? But they fucking trounced them. And I was like, okay, let's prove Florida's better than Indiana.
Someone posted today. Anybody who owns a Dolphin shirt and has thrown a football in a spiral, please show up at Dolphins camp at 9:00 this morning.
Yeah, it was really that was bad. I mean, I actually thought this. I don't know if I said it out loud, but I was actually thinking, wow, this team doesn't know how to play football. The quarterback was like, okay, we're the blue shirts, right? We're the blue. There's a guy in a blue shirt here. That was a horrible game. Then again, one of the best games of the week was Tampa Bay. I mean, that was down to the wire. It was them versus the Falcons, and it was down to the wire, and Tampa Bay ended up winning. So I was okay with that. Dom DeLuise wore muumuus. Well, Dom DeLuise was a little bit fatter than I am. Thank you very much. But no. I getting back to the subject or the original subject. I hope people are at least respectful to his family. As I said earlier, Charlie Kirk's troubles are over, and my beard is still being groomed. Are you good? Are you good? You okay? Yeah. He's actually very good, isn't he? The way he's been acting. I mean, he starts off and maybe occasionally he'll tweet, but overall he's been very good. Baltimore versus Buffalo, Chicago versus Minnesota were both good games, says Henry James. Jeremy? Yeah. I don't know. So how about you? Did you watch any games?
Yeah, I said that Baltimore Buffalo game was outstanding. I'm gonna shift back to comics for a second. That same sweetheart that wrote Red Hood sent out a tweet about people reacting to the first issue and talking about cops, and he goes, and I didn't know what they were talking about. They remembered the beginning of the book had a bunch of cops killing themselves, and well, I really don't consider them people. So again, that's who you're supporting. You know, if you buy DC Comics now.
If you guys know of something stupid like that, please send them to @Anglin even if you're not connected, if you have some quote like that, send it to me on Twitter. I will. I'll friend you, and yeah, because I want to put my hat into the ring on this one, on this thing.
Yeah, that was a tweet today, so it should be easy to find. Well, on Blue Sky anyway.
I'm with you, Clint. 95. Right. What is Clint saying? I'm not seeing the. Not a football guy. It's boring. I'm with you, Clint. 95% commercials. I got to admit, a lot of the times I watch highlight reels more than I do the regular football games because in the middle stuff. Pistachio's a smart bird. He's your best pal. He feels your pain. He is awesome. And yeah, I wake him up every day and lay back down on the bed, and I put 2 Fruit Loops on my chest where he just sits there and just goes off on them. But recently I bought myself a pack of wafer cookies. Crack cocaine to a lovebird. Just saying. If Pistachio learns to talk, he's going to say, Dixie Dormus. No? Really? Don't yell at me. What?
That'd be cool, okay. And I wouldn't need to show up anymore.
All right. Let's see.
Hey guys, I'm gonna
mini conspiracy theory.
I'm gonna take a moment. I gotta bow out. I've been staying up late too much this week, and I really need to get some sleep tonight because I have a full day tomorrow.
I think this is a good. I think this is a good time. Yeah. All righty, gang. So. Yeah, because of everything, we didn't have the cover ranking tonight, but Eric and I was talking and thinking that this is going to be the usual. Since the fun people don't come in, we'll do a live stream just about whatever's going on. The cover ranking for Power Man will be on Friday, 10:30, so please join us. But tomorrow, going over to Geeky Puppet Show where Eric and Zach and the others are going to tell you what is good enough to actually buy at the comic book shop, so long as it's not DC Comics.
Amen, Henry.
What? Too much information? Don't tell us where you put food on your body for. I'm wearing a shirt. Come on. Don't make something sweet something bad. Oy vey. Alrighty. Let's see. There you go. And you guys have a great day. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Good night, kids.